Hi guys, welcome to my system here. We're gonna teach you some more about Leftwm. So I have a VirtualBox, Super F7 launches VirtualBox. Have Leftwm, sorry, installed. It still has the ISO in there, so I can always reinstall immediately a new version or something. But there is already a hard disk filled with ArcoLinux stuff and Leftwm stuff and ArcoLinux stuff. So that's always the deal, right? It's about 90%, 92% ArcoLinux packages, and the rest is AOR and us, ArcoLinux. This is for the newcomer in Tiling Window Manager, which is great, right? So you see immediately, okay, those are important. A Super C is gonna kill them because I don't want to see them. Then let's play around. I've already explained to you how to change the theme. So this is the Candy theme up here. And people with AZERTY keyboards, they have a script in there to switch between QWERTY and AZERTY. So just so you know, it's in the .config Leftwm. But we're just gonna play around with some looks, and I'm gonna explain things that are actually also for general tiling window managers, not per se, right? Leftwm. Now, key bindings and all that, these things are not set for me right now. They're not okay. So there you go. There she is. All right, let's continue. So this QWERTY AZERTY thing is always a bummer for me, but probably not for the rest of the world because lots of people use QWERTY. So .config has the Leftwm. All right. Okay, busy morning it seems. So we go to scripts, and then we have this to AZERTY that's just for me or any other guys that have an AZERTY keyboard, right? To AZERTY. And all it does is override this one in here and another one. Oh, so. Let's continue. So we've overwritten this with this. If you don't know what all that is, right mouse click, right? Remember, compare. It's just a few keys, but they're important, right, for me. So log out, let everything apply, log in, and there we are. Super C, a Super T, a Super Q, and Super Q is actually killing something, right? And like a Super T and Super Shift Q is killing something. So yeah, my keyboard is set. I was telling you we're going to explain some more next to, well, we're explaining on Leftwm, but it will apply to, well, not 24, 25 desktops, but a lot of desktops, right? Because the tiling window manager is a tiling window manager. And often it lacks lots of things. It lacks lots of settings. And that's why we're going to first update. I saw a message there, update. I like URXVT better in VirtualBox since that's transparent and Alacrity is not. So we see the Candy Beauty, we've made a new package, so that's a new version, fine. So these icons that we're using, these guys, right, that's that, ArcoLinux Candy Beauty, and all the rest, you always read things, right? So the icons have been improved, snap these there. So that's from us, and all the rest is from ArcoLinux, and all the rest is core and extra, community, that's all ArcoLinux, nothing to do with it. We just get them in and hope they work. Okay, we've updated our system. There's nothing specific really to tell, okay, we need to reboot, and like Linux or systemd, then I would probably reboot. So in this case, we're good to go. There is, however, the icons, and we're applying icons. We're talking about theming. So I'll do a Control X, which has already the Candy icons. I do a logout. So I'm sure the latest changes of the icon theme are applied. Now, it's good that this happens here. So sometimes Polybar says, not gonna start for whatever reason. Super Shift R. Reload. Every tiling window manager has a Super Shift R, and it has to be in our fingers because we are playing all the time. We're changing all the time. We are managing Polybar, changing colors, whatever, right? And it needs to reload. Log out, log in, also gonna work, but depends, right? Depends. Polybar is not from us. We just have a config and that we try to make it a nice Polybar, and that's it. So Super C again, you're out. I don't need you, but more explanation. So I thought, why not start with cursor? People always seem to have issues with cursors, and there is an article on ArcoLinux.com. Maybe we should go there, Eric, and tell the newcomers that there is so much knowledge already shared, because this is a project of 4 or 5 years. So that means anything you can ask is probably going to be there already, right? It has been explained already. How about cursors? Cursors, how to theme, how to install any cursor theme. Let's do that one. How to install any cursor theme. So in this video, we actually are going to explain some things, and all that is good. And here we have a Oxyneon thing, and I'm gonna install different icon themes. So you see, cursor theme. So you see this one, that it's changed, right? Visually you'll see, hate Alacrity, not nice in VirtualBox. So Super Q, you're out. Super T, URXVT, you're in. So Oxyneon is the name, and it's on our ArcoLinux repo third party. So say you want to have a new cursor theme, yay cursor, or Tryson cursor, or Paru cursor. There's so many, right? There's so many cursors. Anything from AOR, you need to use an AOR helper. Anything from multilib community, that's just a sudo pacman -s, right? And in the case of this here, it's also sudo pacman -s because it's repo third party. We've packaged it for you, okay? So Oxyneon, number 1, installing this particular look. Now, I'm teaching you lots more, right? Oxyneon is installed. Maybe you're wondering, where is it installed? Okay, Pamac is there. Oxyneon, where is it installed? See where is it installed. It's installed in user share icons, Oxyneon, and all these stuff, right? So now we know cursors are saved in user share icons, not in user share cursors. For example, I would expect that, right? Because they're themes, they're icons, but no, the cursors are part of the user share icons. Okay, now we know, but how do we set it, right? How do we set it? There are several things to consider, and they're explained in here, but not only in here. Yeah, in here, good. I'm the kind of guy that goes to files. I know where the files are, I change the files and done. But there's also tools, apps. Sometimes, it depends. Not all tiling window managers have that because they're not a desktop. It tiles windows, that's it. Tiling window manager, that's the function. And all the rest has to come from a Mate desktop or an XFC desktop. In our case, we use Tunar, so more XFC kind of thing. F12 is for us XFC for terminal. I mean, it's tested, it's tried, it works. Our custom actions are in there for Tunar. It's great, all right? So it's again a choice. I see other people combine Dolphin and Kate with tiling window managers. Why not, right? Plasma stuff. Why not? If Plasma is your thing and your main desktop, and you want to go to a tiling window manager from time to time, right? Well, you use the things you have. You have your Plasma is installed anyway, right? So it boils down to choices. Now let's go to desktop number 2. Super Shift Enter. This is beautiful, or you hate it, right? It's a personal choice. Icons are super personal. So how do I change, for example, this thing in Tunar? Okay, Tunar is part of XFCE, correct? XFCE has a settings manager. Control-Alt-M, right? Launches the settings manager of XFCE. It's often there and it will often not work. This is not XFCE after all, right? There are things in here from us. Yeah, they will work. It's just launching an application. It's launching an application, but not everything is gonna work because we're not on XFCE. But we can try to change the appearance this way because we think probably this is gonna be changed if we do this, because this is Tunar. Tunar is a file manager from XFCE. So Arc is white. So let's take something white and change the icons here as well. So probably not gonna work. As you see, it already says Sardi Arc. But it is nevertheless important to tell you to go via that way, and then we'll see if it works or not. So Sardi Arc is set here. It's not set to the left, so it's not gonna work. We know that already, but it's okay, because other things might kick in. Okay, I'm not teaching for Leftwm only, right? I'm teaching for everything. So icons, okay, should be changing, right? Sardi Arc, not this anymore. Fonts, maybe you can give it a try, make it bigger. Maybe I don't know if it's gonna work, but we can try. So less, not that big, I guess we won't see it, but here it is, right? Settings, and then you close everything. Now, Thunar is a bit tricky. There you go, Alacrity again, Super T. Thunar -Q. I always quit this way and then open it again and see if it works. We established already that it would not work at this point in time, not this way. So there were other ways to do it. There is this one and that one, but before we go to files and have a look, because we might actually open it already. GTK 3 settings ini, right? It says here Arc Dark and ArcoLinux Candy Beauty. So that's the standard. And here is our cursor that we can set. That's the standard. Vibata Modern Eyes. We would like to have Oxy Neon. The thing often we give you is some kind of variant of LX appearance. Yay, LX appearance. There are a few. So if you're in trouble, appearance, you install something else. There is the OBConf. So you guessed probably that OB stands for open box, to configure open box, GTK 3. But there's another one, LX appearance OBConf, right? LXDE, GTK 3, LXDE, and we have just to try it out, trial and error. In our case, choices, I chose to add LX appearance to this particular ISO. It's just a package in a package list, and it goes to the ISO, it's installed. Let's try it out. Super, Shift D, or D menu is there, LX appearance, enter. Okay, let's kill a few windows here. Bye. Okay, so I have something similar as XFCE. I'm gonna try again. Arc, aha, that's white. Okay, color, icon theme, Sardi Arc, that's good for me. Apply. Mouse cursor, oh, that's a good one. Oxy, oh, something changed here, right? Something changed. Apply. Font, maybe if you want to change these guys, and that's it. So we're going to go for a white kind of look. Color, can't change anything here. Icon theme, Sardi Arc, mouse cursor, changed. Close. What changed? Sardi Arc. Name, Oxy Neon. Font name, Sans 11. Let's take 12, right? I can go into the file. It still is a file. Every application writes the configuration, the savings, the settings, writes it to a file. So why not go to the file is my idea and change it and keep that file for next time. Just put an extra, yeah, I'm really teaching now. I just put an extra article in clear sight more. It was already there, I mean, but just to be helping someone on Discord, I've put this one here. Save your scripts and configurations to GitHub, right? If you know that's gonna be my code every single time I wanna have this particular look, save it. Save your settings.ini somewhere. Save it on GitHub. Push it to GitHub. And it's explained here how to use GitHub. It's easy. 2 scripts. That's it. Git clone the 2 scripts, use the 2 scripts. You only need 2 scripts. And it's free. Right? GitHub is still free. Okay, so you see my cursor changed here. Of course, when I go in there, it's not changed. How about our Thunar? Super, Shift, Enter. Oh my God, right? It's changed. And we see here the cursor. It's looking good. Well, good. It is a different cursor, your choice. When we log out, still the same cursor. Log out. And then suddenly my cursor changed. Now, maybe you're not the kind of guy that says, I want to have it 100% perfect and say whatever. That's a great attitude, by the way. You live longer by saying whatever and chill out. But if you want to know how and why, it's because there is another file. And where is that file? It's inside user share. Maybe we can have a look at the code. Yeah, restore session. If you can. Restore, please. Start new session then. Okay, there you are. So Thunar is a bit slow in virtual machines. I don't know why that is, but he is. And Firefox, I'm gonna launch it again because really was slow. Where was I looking? What was I looking here? How to install any cursor thing? Yeah. So what do they say? Let's see if it's in here. Check this folder, user share icons default. There is also an icon theme set as default because we want out of the box to give a user a perfect experience, right? 100% themed all the way down to Thunar, desktop, whatever is behind it. So SDDM, Leftwm is themed so that the icon is the same icon as desktop. So if you change this icon here, you're probably gonna want to change the icon for SDDM as well. And I'm going to, well, I was just thinking, maybe you want to see me go to the file of SDDM, right? That would be true as well. Well, I might try that out. But let's go first this solution, user share icons. Voila, user share icons, and then default. So we tell to Linux in general, this applies to all Linux distributions, right? User share icons default, index theme. What's in there? It says Bibata modernize, and we can copy paste from here. This is the correct name. It's important because capital S and capital A, Oxyneon, no capital O, no capital N. So Control C, index theme, change this. And why I'm using Sublime Text, because when I save this, I am writing to a protected part of your system, and other editors will have trouble with that. Control Save says enter your password to save it, meaning I'm root. Password root, boom, in. So now it inherits Oxyneon. Super X, log out. Let's see if it immediately kicks in. It doesn't. So reboot, let it apply. So the icon, maybe you don't see it, but the icon is there indeed. It's a blue kind of cursor, I mean, of course. Super X logging out because I want to see what's happening on SDDM. And that's it, right? In this case, in SDDM, it just overrules it. So now I'm a bit smarter. Now I know that the solution that I just gave you will not work for SDDM, but it will work for Leftwm. Because We had Leftwm for years before we went to SDDM. Because of issues with Intel drivers, we switched. And I need to solve it some other way, which means we are going to go to SDDM. Now there are two ways to go to SDDM. We have an ArcoLinux tweak tool, right? Ctrl-Alt-E is going to launch it. And in there is a tab about SDDM. And we'll add more stuff to it. And here you have Bibata Modern Ice. Now all it does is read a certain file. It's going to go to two places, actually. SDDM file is cut into two pieces or places. So you start typing SDD and that's enough. That's a folder. It contains something. And one down here somewhere. So alphabetically SDD.conf, and that's the other one. That's all we need to know. We don't need this guy anymore. So bye to tuner. So either it's here or it's here what you're looking for. KDE settings contains the login. Relogin false, session is Leftwm. I am auto login into Leftwm. If you don't want to auto login, it's basically just saying no to the system. No, thank you very much, right? That's all it is. And that's what we do here with tools. But I don't like tools because it hides knowledge. Here's the button, press the button. What did you learn? Pressing a button, right? So this thing is gonna change something in here. And here we have the theme. So if you want to change the theme, you just change this thing here, and ArcoLinux, I don't know, something else. But we don't see anything about the cursor. How about here? Here we have a Bibata Modern Ice thing. So if I say Oxy Neon, it's gonna change. I haven't used the ATT, I just did it manually. Fine, right? You don't need ATT at all for anything if you got the knowledge where to change it. So if I change this here, Oxy Neon, and I apply the settings, it has changed. Of course, we've just overwritten it, right? Reload. And here it says Oxy Neon. So whatever rubbish you type in here, gonna be in here as well. I mean, type in the correct cursor name, right? Don't type in rubbish because you'll get rubbish. That's it. Maybe, right? Then you test it out. Trial and error. Super X logout. Is now SDDM applying the theme? Well, you don't actually see it. I'll put it in here. At the top you see the blue kind of thing, but blue against blue. It's a bit tricky, but it's changed, right? It is the Oxy Neon cursor. So now we've learned that it really needs to be in SDDM conf where you change the cursor, not at the top level there in etc user, no, sorry, in user share icons default, not there. But it did work with Leftwm. So it all depends, right? What you want, and would know what happens with GDM and would know what happens with LSDM. You figured that out. But this is how you figure it out. This is where all the files are. And in the article, there were more files, right? There was a GTK 3 kind of thing as well, somewhere. So there are a few other places where you can have a look at. So this guy, GTK 3.2, but it's gonna be less and less important, I think, over time. But did you try turning it on again? Right, true. At some point we changed everything. We said, okay, let's go out and away from the Breeze cursor. Because of Breeze, no, because yeah, with 25 desktops, if you have Plasma, it will provide its own Breeze cursor. So now we have less conflicts in packages, which is good because we get less questions. So that's why we went to Bibata, right? To be more compatible with 25 desktops. Voila. I am not tired yet of teaching. It's 24 minutes already. Maybe you liked Polybar at the bottom because we're playing with design, right? Maybe you like Polybar down there. Change things up a little bit. So we go to config, and now you would probably think there is a Polybar folder, and there is. And it's just to teach, it's not used. Remember that on Leftwm, it's not used, this one. It's there, it has lots of modules that you can copy paste, because the actual Polybar in Leftwm, and that's one of the wonders and why I think it's so good, it has its theming in one particular folder. And what are we looking at? This is the theme we're looking at. Link to Candy. You see it at the bottom? Link to Candy. That means this is the theme. And all the rest is rubbish, it's not used. And here is the Polybar config. That's the one that's used. That's the one that we see. That's the one we need to change. So this is from the guys from Polybar, right? github.com Polybar. And all I did is change some things around, some colors and shades and all that. Bottom is false, it says here. I guess bottom is false. I think there's another call, guys. All right, let's continue. I did the bottom is true. Let's have a look. Control save, Super Shift R. Everything is down here. So when I press this Super Shift R in Leftwm, I run the down thing, and later on I run the up thing. So first kill everything, Polybar is killed, Conky is killed, then up everything. So now my Polybar is at the bottom. Maybe you like that as well. All right, we can continue again. What a busy morning indeed. So we got here kind of variables, and with variables you can do things, right? You can change the offset, -x, -y, the height of this thing. I've seen actually something that I'd like to theme. There is one of the themes that has a big height, and I kind of liked it. You mean? But the numbers were also super big and in the middle. And I thought, well, that's not a bad idea, right? You need to have some inspiration. Sometimes there are Polybar geniuses out there, and you say, okay, I'm gonna try to mimic this and see if I like this. So now everything is super big at the bottom. And these numbers were in the middle, and it had maybe font 30 or 40, I don't know. But no, ideas, right? So the height, okay, height, I changed my height. What else? Control Z, let's go back to the normal thing. Control Y, always keep this open. So you can always go back, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, and then save again, and Super Shift R again. And you play around with code. Now, I see all these colors. One of the tips I will give people is close all the files. No, kill everything actually. Quit. I will tell people to do a sudo pacman -s atom. If you're theming, atom installed. And one of the tools, it's a workflow thing, right? It's very personal. But if you don't have your own personal flow yet, or workflow yet, why not use mine, right? So atom, we launch this thing, and then we see blah blah and blah blah, and we say yes, and we say blah blah, and what we need is Polybar, right? Hop, voila, and this is gone. Then I install settings view, install packages, that's the one, and then pigments. Because there's nothing more fun, oops, there's nothing more fun than play with coloring, right? Colors. And what will happen with this pigments thing, it will show the color. And we can decide, okay, this is not what I like, I'm gonna take another color. So here are kind of coloring for Polybar, right? Not for the border here, that's somewhere else. The border color is in here. Whoop. That's the color. So change these colors for the border, Leftwm. But we wanna play with Polybar some more. So theme, you're out, settings, you're out, and this is your Polybar. Now we play around with coloring. You can do that yourself. You actually can copy paste the coloring inside a browser and you'll get the result, and you can slide away, choose another color on the browser itself. So height offset -8. What happens if we do offset -8, 0? Save, Super Shift R. Nothing, it seems. Or did we miss something in here? Might be a small thing. So often it helps me to exaggerate, make a super big number and try it out. Or put something in red, right? So red is obvious. Ah, okay, got it. Now I know. Okay, the X and the Y, sure. Why didn't I think of it, right? But that's what you need to learn, all these kind of things, just by testing it out. Okay, there's no offset. So it's really down at the bottom. We can maybe get Alt N is a new wallpaper, but I think you already see it's really down at the bottom of my screen. There's no space left anymore. Okay. And now off you go, experimenting some more, right? These are actually variables. So the background is a name, a color, a variable, and you're gonna put another variable in a variable. So colors background, colors is here. It's pointing to colors, it's pointing to background, it's meaning it's black. So we've got an idea, right? Should we make it a little bit lighter? We can make it 888888. Save, Super Shift R. All right, so now we have two coloring systems, and actually not bad that the system icons here are still dark. The other one is lighter. Maybe, right? Maybe 55, 55, 55. Each time you do this, it's always going to be gray. If all the numbers and letters are the same, it's always going to be a shade of gray. Super Shift R. And I always think that gray and black and white are still great combos, and also yellow on black. So this kind of primary color that you see here, that kind of yellow, which is actually more orange, is good combo with black. But it's entirely up to you, right? Eyesight matters. Can you read everything? Color difference between foreground and background, it matters. Okay, going on. Having some fun. Line size 3. Line color. Padding is 2. What happens if we do padding is 20? Super Shift R. Okay. It's in the beginning and it's at the end. But you can also decide only the left and only the right. Okay, whatever. We're gonna keep this. Control Y. Okay, like this. Model margin left 10. 10. Let's see what happens if we do a refresh, reload, Super Shift R. Ah yeah, CPU is a model and mem is a model, and now we have really a lot of space between. Fine. Date is here. Maybe you don't like date to be there. You gotta delete it, right? Maybe you want to keep what was there. It's always in the etc scale what was there. Maybe you want to keep it in the file as well. So you say, okay, I'm gonna delete this thing. Maybe we're gonna play with something else. Temperature. Temperature's probably not gonna work. Virtual box, right? Let's see. Yep, not gonna work. So sys menu is that. So nothing much to do. We can just leave it empty, right? Why not? Or we take the other one. So now this is empty in the middle. And I was thinking the other one. What is it called? So down here are modules, CPU module, memory, WLAN, all kind of things. Pulse areas here, temperatures here, Sys menus here. Ah, it's not there. So I've deleted it. There are other modules that you can get from the Polybar configuration. .config polybar. In there are other modules. Let's play around with something else then. Font choices maybe. That's gonna be important. 15. Let's see. Maybe we should try and mimic the look that I have. That's an idea. So ideas have to flow, otherwise, yeah, what to do, right? So everything is now big, all of them. And then we can make the polybar bigger. That was at the top somewhere. If we make this guy 40, we got this. Who cares, right? I mean, make it your own system. If this is what you like, don't let anybody convince you otherwise. It's your personal system, right? I can read this. It's an improvement for me. Simple as that, right? Don't have to strain my eyes to read it. It works just fine now. Bottom is true, fixed center is true, coloring. We could change the color of the font somehow. Wouldn't know where it is, but it has to be able, we need to be able to do that for sure. Somewhere we're gonna be able to do that. And we scroll, we read, I don't know where it is. I have to lead to follow my own what ifs, and I think, okay, where would that be? And then you find out, look where it is. Sys menu. So that's the little icon down there. That's actually something Chinese, but no. So if we click here, it's ArcoLinux logout, right? Click. Pulse audio, command, connected underline. Or is it somewhere else? Is it somewhere else? I don't know. Because we have workspaces, Leftwm state, template liquid, zip. So here we have workspaces, and here we have coloring. It's here that we define this little guy. So normally you would define it in Polybar somewhere, but here it is coloring in here, I think. And there's a little button. Sounds about right. I thought about the orange kind of thing, that this is actually not bad as a combination with gray or black. So let's see if that's true. Now I'm gonna do it the easy way, meaning Control H. Come on, of Control Find, depends on the editor. So Control F in this case, and then replace is gonna be that. And then replace all. Okay, save, Super Shift R, reload. Is it indeed? And it is. And I'm having different colors. Maybe I don't like it. Maybe you do like it. I kind of like it that this is different from that. Now, the coloring of the borders is a bit strange at this point in time. Starts to get not okay. So the border is defined in this guy. Default border color is that. I can of course use the orange again here, but maybe for the focused one. And then maybe something more dark or light. What will we take, right? More darker or lighter in case of the other border. So I'm gonna go to a browser, copy paste my code in, make sure the hashtag is in front of it, and the browser will tell you that this is some kind of color. So now I decide, will I make it darker? And I particularly I'm not a fan of brown. I can make this lighter as well. What if I did this? But then for the focused one, so it's focused, it's lighter. Or if it's default, it's lighter. I'm gonna try this. Oh, my mistake. I did this Control C. So again, the code. So hashtag with it. Super Shift R. What's this? Did I change it? So let's open this by default with Atom. Open with other application. Atom. Use default. Okay. All right. Nothing has changed. Should have saved, right? Should have saved it. So this one. No, actually it was this one. That was the light version. And the other guy was in here. That was this guy. Control C. That was this guy. Control V. And let's try it out. Control save, Super Shift R. And we're already recording 41 minutes, Eric. Okay. Let's do it here. I have a Super T, I have a Super T, I have a Super T, I have a Super T. You hardly see any difference. Where am I now? Am I now focused on this one, this one, this one? No, there's gonna be trouble in paradise. So no, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe we can do a more kind of grayish kind of thing. Still yellow kind of grayish, but grayish anyway. Let's see. So if we're not focused, default color is this one. It's kind of dirty kind of thing. I don't know. Will we see it, right? Will we see it is the thing. Will I know where I am? Ah, yeah. This kind of is already a little bit better. Now, we actually can't see if it's yellow. So why not make it the same gray as this one down there? Ideas. We can do that as well. So the primary gray is this, Control C. And if we're gonna make the default border also gray, then this is how it's gonna. What did I do? That's not gray. So let's do a copy paste again. Control C, theme, and focus door default. This one, and floating. Let's take the same color as this. Did not show any floating yet, but there you go. Same thing. What is happening with my copy pastes? What is happening? Oh, Eric, you're doing always the same thing, which results in the same thing. Control C. And then default border color. Nah, finally. Super Shift R, sorry guys. Time to stop the video. That's okay. So it seems there is almost no border. Depends, of course, on the background. That looks nice as well. It is obvious which one is active, right? This is really obvious. So another look, another way of theming. And yes, of course, you can keep on theming. You can keep changing things. And that's probably the fun of Linux, that we can really change anything we see on our systems, right? We've changed everything here. Ah yeah, Super Shift space. Try it out, Super Shift space. If many things are open, lots of layouts to your disposal. Just saying. Super F is also interesting. Super F. Full screen. Always. All tiling window manager. Super F. Do your thing. Super F again. Bye. Super Q, Super Q, Super Q, Super Q. Voila, guys. I think a video of 44 minutes is long enough. I do hope the passion has come into your, well, into your mind, maybe, to your heart, but that you want to try it out and play around with settings. And it's a workflow. Find your own workflow, find your own icons, themes, cursor, and so on, and make it your own and share it with us on Discord, right? Pimp Your Desktop, I think it's called, the channel. So that's where people share their stuff and they say, wow, great, right? All right, have fun.